Chosen one, this Monday, you're next. Something powerful is aligning in the unseen realms, something the heavens have whispered over your name for seasons. You've waited, you've endured, you've cried in secret. But now, your appointed time is approaching with precision. This Monday is not just another day. This is the moment the divine spotlight begins to shine on you. Not because of coincidence, not because of luck, but because of divine timing. And your name, yes, your name, is next in line. Before we go further, take a deep breath and open your spirit. Watch this video all the way through, because this is not just information, this is confirmation. And comment your warmest wishes below, alongside the number 777, to activate this moment in the atmosphere. Let your desires flow with energy. This is a chapter about wishes coming true, but more than that, it's about standing in agreement with your destiny. The universe is listening, and your voice, your faith, your expectation, they are all aligning with divine force. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin to unfold what's happening. You are not watching this by accident. Something in the atmosphere around you has been shifting for weeks, maybe even months. You might have felt more sensitive, more alert. You've likely had strange dreams, bursts of intuition, or sudden waves of energy that made no logical sense. That's because the spiritual gate that governs your breakthrough has been inching open quietly behind the scenes. Monday. It's not just the start of a new week. It is the trigger point. It is the moment that calls your name into divine circulation. For so long, you've watched others be celebrated. You've clapped for them, supported them, and even stood in the shadows without resentment, knowing your time would come. And now it has. This Monday, you're about to feel what it means when the divine places you front and center. You're about to walk into rooms your name was already whispered in. Emails, phone calls, offers, reconciliations. Doors are going to swing open with your name on them. You see, chosen one, being next, doesn't mean you are randomly selected. It means you've been divinely prepared. Every hardship, every delay, every loss you didn't understand. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. You were being built, not broken. Sharpened, not shattered. What you went through gave you the strength to hold what's coming. Not everyone can carry what you're about to carry. Not everyone has the capacity for this level of favor. And while you thought you were being forgotten, you were actually being reserved, hidden like treasure until the right moment. The world hasn't seen your fullness yet, but it will. This Monday begins a series of unlockings. You won't even need to push for them. They will arrive with flow. What used to resist you will now submit. What felt heavy will lift. Where there was confusion, there will now be clarity. Where there was stagnation, momentum is coming like a flood. You were not born for the background. You were not called to barely get by. That deep feeling inside of you, the one that tells you that your life is supposed to mean more, it was placed there for a reason. That's your divine blueprint speaking. That's your inner confirmation saying, you're not done yet. You're just getting started. And yes, chosen one, this Monday marks the visible beginning. Do not be surprised if people from your past try to re-enter your life in the days ahead. You'll notice people who overlooked you suddenly begin to notice you. They may say they just randomly thought of you, but understand this. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Spiritually, you've already arrived. Now, the physical is catching up. Do not let old versions of yourself sabotage what's coming. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Rise, Step fully into the favor that is chasing you down. The divine spotlight is not just about attention, it's about assignment. Your visibility is tied to your purpose. You are being made visible now because the right people need to find you. The right doors need to recognize your presence. And you, chosen one, are going to stand taller than you ever have. Not because of ego, but because you've been assigned to this elevation. Heaven has decided that you are next. You may feel nervous. You may even question if you're ready. But listen to this. Readiness is not about perfection. It's about alignment. You are already aligned with what's coming. That inner longing, that urge to prepare, to do more, to expand, that's not anxiety. That's divine anticipation. You can feel it because it's already near. When your spirit starts leaping without explanation, that's the sign the miracle is in motion. This Monday will be different. Not because the sky will change or the wind will blow differently, but because your name has been etched into the script of breakthrough. Watch what happens when you wake up that day. Pay attention to your energy. Pay attention to your surroundings. Some of you will hear news before noon that changes the rest of your year. Some of you will feel a sudden wave of peace you haven't known in months. That's not imagination. That's alignment. You've made it through seasons that tried to break you. You've endured without recognition. You've prayed when you were exhausted, believed when there was no sign, kept going when quitting made more sense. All of that, every ounce of it, was not in vain. It was all being counted. And now, the balance is tipping. The divine equation is coming full circle. You gave more than you received. But this Monday, you begin receiving more than you gave. The overflow begins. Do not be afraid of this new chapter. Do not doubt it because it feels too good. This is not a trick. This is not a tease. This is transformation. The shift that is coming is not temporary. It is permanent. You are stepping into a sustained season of divine favor. Yes, there will still be challenges, but they will no longer dominate you. They will no longer delay you. You will move forward with a new power, a new clarity, and a new authority. People will ask you what changed. They'll wonder how it happened. But you will know. It was decided long ago. It was part of your story before you even arrived here. All that's happening now is the unfolding of divine timing. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. And Monday is your mark. Everything that was held up is being released. Everything that was locked is being opened. Everything that was unclear is being illuminated. You've entered the realm of divine timing, the place where struggle ends and strategy begins, where tears turn into testimonies, where waiting becomes winning. This Monday is not just another date. It is your declaration. You are next, and the world is about to witness why. The truth is, you've always known there was something different about you. You've tried to blend in, to downplay it, to play it safe. But the fire inside of you could never be fully extinguished. You were chosen not just for success, but for significance. The reason you've experienced so many delays, so many attacks, so many strange seasons of silence is because what you carry threatens every lie darkness has told the world. Your purpose is a weapon. Your life is a message. And this Monday begins the unveiling. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to explain yourself anymore. Those who couldn't see you before were never assigned to your destiny. This elevation isn't about being seen by everyone. It's about being seen by the right ones. The people who are part of your purpose. The doors that match your calling. You're not next just for attention. You're next because there are assignments on your name that must now be fulfilled. And the time is now. This is the week that heaven steps in. Not subtly, not slowly, but suddenly. Watch how the energy around you shifts. What felt difficult last week will now feel lighter. Conversations will align. Resources will appear. You may find yourself in places you didn't expect, with people who speak life into you instead of draining your energy. That's not accidental. That's orchestration. The divine has been arranging your week, especially this Monday, as the access point for breakthrough. Some of you have been feeling like you've been walking through a fog, confused, lost, disconnected from your fire. But all that is lifting now. The fog is breaking. You'll begin to feel awake again, alive again, connected again. The pressure is not breaking you, it's birthing you. Your discomfort wasn't a sign that things were going wrong. It was a sign that something bigger was being formed. Monday begins the release of what's been building inside you all along. There's a reason you've been pulled back from certain people. There's a reason doors you thought were meant for you were closed. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. The delay you hated will be the same thing you thank God for soon. Because you weren't denied. You were being divinely rerouted toward something far more powerful. Had those old plans worked out, you would have settled. And you weren't created to settle. You were created to shake systems, to move the atmosphere when you speak, to carry impact wherever you go. Do not get distracted by the noise around you. When you're next in line, distractions often come disguised as familiar situations. You may hear from people who ghosted you. You may be tempted to revisit places you've outgrown. Don't go backward. You're in a spiritual launch sequence. The countdown has already begun, and Monday is your liftoff. Eyes forward, spirit open, hands ready to receive. The blessing that's coming isn't just financial, it's dimensional. It's not just going to change what you have, it's going to change how you think, how you see, how you carry yourself. It's an identity activation. You will begin to realize that you are not who your past tried to label you as. You are not who your wounds tried to shape you into. You are who heaven says you are. And Monday begins the season where that version of you steps into full view. You'll start to walk differently, speak differently. Your decisions will shift. You'll say no to what you used to tolerate. You'll value your peace more than people-pleasing. You'll begin to attract situations and people that reflect the healed version of you, not the hurt one. And people won't understand the change, but that's okay. You didn't evolve for their understanding. You evolved for your destiny. And here's something else you need to know. Your presence is going to start unlocking things for other people. Yes, you. When you walk into rooms, people will feel encouraged without knowing why. When you speak, people will gain clarity without you even trying. You'll become a mirror for others to see what's possible. Because being chosen isn't just about receiving. It's about reflecting. What's happening to you is going to shine through you. You'll begin to notice divine patterns, repeated numbers, familiar names, divine timings that confirm you're in sync with something far beyond the natural. This is how heaven confirms alignment. These are not just coincidences, they're confirmations. You're not imagining the connection. You're not making it up. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're being guided every step of the way. Monday, for many, is the start of a routine. But for you, it's the start of a revelation. It will mark a new tone for your life. This Monday will introduce the momentum your life has been waiting for, that one piece that seemed to be missing, that clarity you were chasing, that breakthrough that's been circling you, all of it is landing. And it's landing now, not next month, not someday. Now you'll wake up with a sense of purpose, a whisper in your spirit that says, "Go here." Call them. Send the message. Start the idea. Listen closely. That's not just your intuition. That's divine instruction. Follow it. Because this is the season where small obediences unlock massive miracles. This is the season where trusting the whisper leads to the wonder. And you are now fully in that season. The reason things didn't work before wasn't because you weren't capable. It's because it wasn't time. You were trying to bloom in winter. But now it's spring. Now the season matches the seed. You are entering the harvest of every tear you cried in silence, every prayer you prayed with shaky faith, every time you stayed strong when you felt like giving up. The return is coming, and Monday is your receipt. Do not expect the process to look like anyone else's. You're not following a path, you're paving one. That's why it felt lonely at times. That's why there were no mentors to call. That's why you had to figure things out in the dark. But all of that built you. And now the light is coming on. And the world will finally see what God saw when He chose you. This moment is sacred. Protect it. Honor it. Speak into it. And prepare. Because when heaven calls your name, it doesn't knock softly. It announces loudly. And this announcement will echo through the atmosphere around you. People will begin to talk about you in awe. Your elevation will become a topic of conversation. But stay grounded. Stay grateful. Because favor flows through humility. And the more you honor what's coming, the more that comes. You are next, not because of favoritism, but because of fulfillment. You are the answer to someone else's prayer. You are the breakthrough someone else is waiting to witness. Your life is not random. It is revelation. Every step you've taken has brought you closer to this Monday. And now, heaven is declaring, it is time. Chosen one, there is something very sacred about crossing a threshold. And that's what's happening now. You're not just turning a corner, you're stepping over a divine line. One side of your life has been about endurance, resistance, waiting, and hoping. But the other side, this new side, you're entering it now, and it is marked by manifestation, recognition, acceleration, and elevation. You've spent a long time surviving the storm. This Monday, you begin thriving from the storm. And it's important you understand this. You did not miss your moment. Life may have convinced you that you missed too many opportunities, that you were too late, that others had an advantage. But that's a lie. Your time was never supposed to match theirs. You are a divine original. Your calendar is custom-coded in the Spirit. That's why this Monday matters. That's why the universe is aligning things around you now. The time that was once waiting on you is now moving toward you. This moment isn't about hype. It's about heaven. Something is rising in the invisible before it manifests in the visible. And what's rising is you, the truest version of you, the unchained, unbothered, unafraid version of you. You are emerging from years of spiritual pressure. You are stepping out of a spiritual womb, and what's being born is the version of you that was always meant to rise. You're not becoming someone else. You're returning to your divine design. And here's what you need to know. You're not stepping into this next level alone. You are being backed by unseen forces. Your name is being protected. Your path is being guarded. Your energy is being restored. You are not vulnerable right now. You are divinely shielded. That's why certain attacks never landed. That's why you didn't lose your mind when you had every reason to. Because the divine has always had their hand on you. This Monday isn't the beginning of protection. It's the reveal of it. You are about to move through your world with more certainty. There will be less confusion, fewer detours, and far more confirmation. You'll make decisions faster. You'll spot alignment sooner. You'll trust your knowing more because your spirit has been sharpened through fire. And now, you're stepping into a space where the world meets the warrior within you. The one who has quietly rebuilt themselves in private. The one who kept believing without applause. The one who stayed soft in a hard world. You've passed unseen tests. That's why you're next. You resisted bitterness when betrayal tried to take root. You chose compassion when anger seemed justified. You showed up when quitting felt easier. These were all quiet victories that nobody saw, but heaven recorded them. And now the reward is coming. Not as a fluke, not as random luck, but as divine compensation. Because when you plant in faith, you harvest in glory. People around you might be confused by your rapid elevation. They won't understand why you're suddenly getting attention, opportunities, favor, and clarity all at once. But let them be confused. You don't owe anyone an explanation for a season you suffered for. What they're witnessing is the public manifestation of a private covenant. You did the work. You honored the process. You were faithful over a little. And now you are being made ruler over much. And make no mistake, this elevation has nothing to do with ego. This is not about proving yourself to anyone. This is about proving the promise. This is about confirming to your own soul that you were never forgotten, that your obedience was not wasted, that your journey had a purpose. You're about to live in what you used to only imagine. You're about to touch what you only used to visualize. And it's going to feel like walking into a dream that never ends. Prepare for the unusual. Don't be surprised if things shift in the most unexpected ways.